Yo, patrons! It's Reaper script update time. So let's jump right into it. Here we go. Last week I posted a script, this script, which I have updated again, which you will have soon. I just need to fix a thing that's still not working in the script. But this video is not about this script. It is about another script, but that works similarly. This script adds marker in a quick and easy way, and you can jump between them. And it's great when you're editing. I edited a voiceover, but as soon as you edit something where you need a lot of markers and need to jump between them, this script is great. But we're not going to talk about that now, so go away. And we're going to talk about this script, which currently is called time at cursor and timer. I think on Patreon it's called something like time at cursor and dynamic timer, because I constantly rename this. I haven't found a name that I'm really happy with, but that doesn't matter. I think you know which one this is. To explain it really quick, when you insert a marker here, you can see that time at cursor says 13 minutes and 30 seconds right now. And if we put in a marker, it will say 0. So this timer will show you the time relative to this marker that I put here. If I remove that marker, then it will show you the time from the beginning of the project, but as soon as there is a marker, it will show you the time relative to this marker. And why do you need this? Well, the reason I created this was to create spacing between tracks for a CD. So let's say here we put a marker here and we want a 2-second gap to the next track. Then you could move the cursor to 2 seconds relative from this marker, and that's your new where the next track should start to have exactly 2 seconds. That's why I created it from the start, but I started using this a lot, and one of the most usual things is when a client says, well, if I send a master of an album and the client says in track 4, or in this case this is track 10, in track 10 33 seconds in there's a little click, and before I had this I had to go to track 10 and look at the time down here and see, well, it's 15:53. Then I had to calculate what is 33 seconds in. Well, okay, it's 16 blah 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 something, and then try to move the cursor, so I ended up where that is, and it was, yeah, it took forever. Now I do this instead. I put the cursor in the beginning of the track, I put a marker there, type in 33 seconds and click cursor 2, and the cursor have jumped to 33 seconds into the 10th track of this album. So it's a very easy way to just navigate around the project and calculate times between, whatever reason you need to see how much time a certain part of your project is. All right, so that's the whole point with the script. And what Tim commented on this last week and said it would be cool if we could have different colors. So I added that. Now you can put a blue color, and as you can see when I create this, the new marker that I created, it's yellow, even though I choose blue. And that is because that's the active marker. That's the currently active marker, which this timer up here, this timer shows the time relative to. So if I jump between these that I created, you can see that the marker that's selected, that is the yellow one. So that's why it's the yellow one. That's a new feature as well. So you quickly can see, all right, that's my position in the track, what this time shows relative to. That was one thing. This is another thing that annoyed me when I worked with this. So this is one idea from me, and it has to do with how you type in the time. So if I'm gonna type 15 and 27 in the last version, you had to type 00, and then I have a divider, and then you put 15 a divider and 27. And that was a bit tedious. Now you can instead just put the mouse on this and scroll up and down, or click it and type in whatever you want. So it's quicker, basically. So that's another addition to this script. And then we have the start ID, and this was from Tim as well. He said, well, it could be good if the ID of the new markers that the script adds could have its own number. So if you use markers in the project that you put there yourself, then you probably start at 1 and put marker 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. So now you can set a start point for the markers from the script. So right now I have set it to 2001, and you can see up here that that's the first marker, the second and the third. So they start at 2000. That's also new. And then we have the last comment from Tim. That was, pretty much, it's not possible to do, but I did it anyway. I don't care if it's impossible. I want to do it anyway. He said that when you run the script, if you want it active in your screen while working, the shortcuts for Reaper stops working, and that's because on Windows it works like this, that the script runs pretty much as it's a program of its own. So it's pretty much like if you're working with Word and Photoshop side by side, and you edit something in Photoshop. So you have Photoshop in focus, and then you do a shortcut that you want to affect in Word, and Word doesn't see that because Windows will take keystrokes for the program that are in focus currently. And that's the issue with scripts, because, well, if it's in focus, that will take all keystrokes and they won't go to Reaper, not automatically anyway. There are ways around that. You can set, when you do in actions down here, if we set this, for example, no, let's take something else. Let's take this shortcut. When you create that, oh, sorry, here we go. Oh, I need to close that, otherwise it won't work. No? Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm pressing the wrong button on keyboard. Here we go. Before you create the shortcut, you can put this to global or global plus text fields. That will tell Reaper that it should override the system's default that you need a program selected, and it will always be sent to Reaper. But the issue with that is, if I put an A here, for example, every time you write an A, like in a text box, because you want to name a file, there won't be an A. Instead, you will trigger the script. So that can only be done with, if you have like a MIDI controller or something, then you can do this, but not with normal letters. That will destroy how things work. So what I did is that I let the script take the keystroke and then send it forwarded to Reaper, which has a lot of issues, but I made a lot of workarounds. So for most issues or situations that I come across, I created something to address that. But I can't promise that I addressed all situations. One cool thing with this is that you used to have to learn the script, the key that, or the shortcut that starts it to be able to close it so you can toggle it. But you don't have to do that anymore because you can let Reaper handle the toggling. So now I'm pressing the shortcut that I created for this script repeatedly, and first I open it and then I close it, the same button. I can toggle it back and forth. And that's one cool thing, so you don't need to teach the script anymore, that thing. If you run in a situation where either, probably Reaper and maybe other scripts starts to act weird, then it's probably because all the things I've done in the script to make this work. Then you can click this little button down here. It says pass through shortcuts. And if you declick that, it won't pass through anything any longer. So all shortcuts will stop working, and you need to have the focus to Reaper. And that's just a workaround in case you happen to discover such a situation. I tried this with a lot of different scripts and different situations, and right now it seems to be working in all situations. I haven't found a situation where it doesn't work. Well, one situation, but that's when you're in another script, and like my vinyl script, for example, then it can mess up things. But let's do that just to see. No, here we go. No, it seems to work here right now. All right. Never mind. I said that wasn't working when I was trying this earlier. So it seems to work. The problem is that Mac and PC and Windows, they work differently. So the workarounds I created for Mac are different than the ones that I created for Windows. It's the same script, so I just made some of the code Windows dependent and one Mac OS dependent. So if you're running Windows, it will disregard everything for Mac OS and vice versa. I think this is working, and I think I made Tim happy. That's a good thing, I guess. I don't know if there's any more to say about this script. It's amazing. I use it a lot, and I will update this script as well with the same. I'm just having an issue that I didn't discover until today, so I need to address that before I can deliver this script. And I will also see, where did I put that? I will update the floating fader script as well with the same things, because I think that is also a script that you want open while you were working, and you want the shortcuts to work with that script as well. That's it for today. Time at cursor and timer update to version 5.6, and it's, you're gonna like it. See you later. Bye bye.